Hi everybody, my name is Kelly. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Feels a little bit wintry here today. Unfortunately, we had a nice spring and summery burst, and here we are back to 40 degrees outside. But I wanted to share with you another mini session on the Pilates program. So remember, the Pilates program is pelvic floor Pilates, and it basically consists of doing a Kegel with particular movements that we're going to engage our co-contractor muscles, and those are helper muscles of the pelvic floor. So the pelvic floor is going to get strengthened by doing these simple exercises. Just to give you a brief rundown, the exercises should be done for a couple of minutes each day. The best times to do them are in the morning and then before bed. And it really is best if you spend 5 to 10 minutes doing them in the morning and at night for the best results. So we have already reviewed 2 other exercises. One of the exercises was the squat, and the other exercise was the lunge. And today we're going to do the bent leg side leg lift. And I'm going to have you do it standing and right next to your chair. So let's go to our chairs, and we're going to turn our chair sideways. Be sure that your chair stays right next to you. Because we're doing this in an environment that I can't see or help you, I really prefer that everybody that's doing this exercise does have a chair on your side for safety and protection. So the first thing that we're going to do once we get our chair to our side is just drop down into a fitness position, and you'll feel a big change, from standing straight up tall with our knees locked. We're going to actually sink down a little bit, and you can feel your weight shifting around just a small amount, and that's great, but I'd like you to have a slightly bent knee when we are going to put weight on that leg. And separate the feet out a little bit, making sure that the foot that's closest to the chair doesn't get caught up on the legs at all. And please have your other chair right to your side, right to the side of you, so you can use it for better balance. Another reason that it's great to have it here for balance is that if your brain is concerned about falling, you will not be able to focus on the movement, and it's very important that we really do focus on the movement that we're practicing. So I'll review the movement with you first, and then we will do the movement together. When we do the movement together, we're going to do 3 of them as a repeater. The 4th one we're actually going to hold, and then the 5th one we're going to pulse the move a little bit. So each time we do these exercises, when we are going into the first part of the move, that's going to be the work part. We will work on engaging the pelvic floor and exhaling as we're doing that. And then as we return our leg down, that's when we're going to inhale and be sure that we relax our pelvic floor. All right, so it's quite a system, and it's a very easy system, and it's very methodical once we get the hang of it. So let's start by facing each other, trying to feel like we're up nice and tall, but separate the feet, great, and get a little bend to the knee, tucking the hips under. You'll feel your balance really change. It's a nice feeling, and be sure that you feel very secure when we're going to lift the leg upward. So shift your weight onto the leg that's closest to the chair, use the chair for support, and we're going to lift this knee up right with the ankle and everything. And here is where we're going to try to contract our pelvic floor and exhale. So let's do that part together. Ready? Here we go. Good. And now relax and bring the leg back down, and that's when we're going to inhale. One other suggestion is when we are exhaling, a lot of us have worked on diaphragmatic breathing before, where we engage our abdominal muscles, especially through the lower part of our abdomen. Our diaphragm is going to push down, but we really do want to feel our whole belly expanding when we're doing this exercise. So when we inhale, let's allow the belly to fill up, and when we exhale, let's really try to empty from the belly. And that's going to give us the kind of the correct force for our exhale. Doing our inhaling and our exhaling that way is going to put more downward pressure, which is another way that we can support our Kegel and really get those co-contracting muscles working for us. So here we go. Let's do our first 3, which are going to be repeaters. And we'll do them together, and then we'll take a quick break just so I can make sure that everybody's on target to go ahead and do the fourth one, which will be the hold, and the fifth one, which will be the pulse. So let's do the first three. Here we go. We're going to lift this leg on the exhale, contract on the way up, good, and then bring that leg back down on the inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, engaging your pelvic floor and your glutes, and then coming back in. Very good. Does everybody feel okay here? Even if you were not able to actually feel the contraction, as long as you're thinking it and you're trying to get that Kegel done, even if you don't quite feel it yet, if you're doing your movements correctly, you are still, and you're doing the other engagements correctly, you are still going to trigger that pelvic floor. We're still heading in the right direction. So when we lift our leg, I want you to really pay attention to the abdomen, and I want you to pay attention to your glutes, your quads, and your thighs as well, okay? So all of those are going to work together to support that Kegel. So now we're going to go into our fourth one, which is going to be a hold. And we're going to hold for the count of 3, but I want you to breathe. I need to make sure that you're exhaling even though you're holding your leg, and you're going to hold that contraction together, right? So please continue to exhale and inhale while you're doing that. And let's go on up. Let's lift that leg up on the exhale. Here we go. Hold there. We're going to hold the leg out. Hold all of the muscles tight, and let's exhale 3 times. Very nice. And inhale and relax everything. Great. Let's go up again and contract the muscles, and we're going to pulse the movement and also pulse our contractions with our muscles. So here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Very good. And go ahead and bring that leg down on the inhale and relaxing. Excellent. We're going to switch our chair around. Moving it there. Going on to the other side. I hope you guys like my pants. I come directly from a Zumba class to come here to do this class, and these are really fun in the Zumba class. Actually, they probably look pretty cool with this class too, because I'm lifting my leg up. So this is for balance. We are in a nice fitness position here. We have bent knees, slightly bent knees. Our hips are tipped back. Our chest is up and our chin is up. So we feel like we're really well planted here. We're going to put our hand on our chair, shift our body weight just to this leg because we're going to actually lift this one up. And let's go ahead and do our first 3 repeaters. Ready? So here we go. We're going to exhale on the way up and contract everything. Good. And then inhale and relax. Exhale on the way up, tighten everything. Great. And bring that down. Go ahead and lift and exhale, and inhale and bring that leg down. Let's continue right along to here. We're going to hold there, contract all of those muscles. Let's exhale together 3 times. And 3. Very good. And bring that down. One more time. Let's go up, and we're going to lift the leg in a pulsing position. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. At the same time, we're contracting and releasing our muscles. Let's inhale and bring everything back down. Very good. And then from here, what I'd like you to do is just stand up. We're going to walk around so we can loosen up our muscles. And while we're at it, let's open and close our hands a little bit, just so we can relax the hands as well. Say hi to each other, and here we are back at square one. So I'm going to bring my chair back here and have a seat and talk to you about a couple of other things to do that can really help us along when we're trying to gain control over our pelvic floor. For one thing, I know that it's probably a very sensitive issue for people, and I want you to know that you're not alone, that this happens to so many women and men, and I hope that you feel comfortable taking the class, to doing the exercises. It's very important that we start to share this information with each other, because as soon as you get support and you start to feel like you've got other people that have been experiencing the same thing, it can be very, very helpful emotionally. A great thing that can help advance your practice and to really help with tightening your pelvic floor is to start keeping a log. And I can provide a log for you, or you can just go online and do a search, a Google search for a bladder log or a urinary log or whatever type of incontinence you're experiencing, and print it out if you're able to do that, or maybe download it to your computer And if you do that in a PDF format, you would be able to do the data entry right on your computer. So if you keep a track of your habits, your urinary habits, for about 3 days, and write down when it is that you do need to use the ladies' room or the men's room, and keep track of it. If it feels like it's every 3 hours or every 1 hour that you need to go, after the 3-day log, what I'd like you to do is set a timer for that time that you notice that you need to use the ladies' room or the restroom every 45 minutes or every hour. Every person's going to be different. And then what we will do after you keep the log for 3 days, we'll start setting that timer for just before that time. So these timers they sell at Walmart, they sell them on Amazon, they're about $1. And you can set it for every 45 minutes. Some people that have like Alexa in their home, you can actually ask Alexa to set the timer. And Alexa will give you a reminder. Some of us have smartphones that can also set that reminder. So what we're trying to do here is get you to go in to use the ladies' room or the men's room before you actually need to, or right on time, to start having the brain jump the gun a little bit on the sense of urgency that you may feel. So we're going to start doing that. We'll do that for a couple of days as well. And I'd probably like to leave it at that until I see you next week, because after next week, I have another process that I'd like you to pick up, add to our practice. So for this week, we're going to start a log, start logging when it is that you need to use the ladies' room or the men's room. And then you're going to do that for 3 days. Then after the 3 days, we'll set the timer so that you are getting yourself to the ladies' room or men's room right before you actually need to go, to try to cut down on that urgency. We're trying to outsmart the bladder in a way and cut down on the urgent feelings so that you can get to the restroom without feeling any sense of urgency. And we're going to work on that for this week. And then next week, we're actually going to add in another step that's really going to be helpful. So I hope that you're feeling, by doing the 3 exercises that we have learned together, I hope that you're feeling that you're getting a little bit more control over your pelvic floor. Please know that the pelvic floor is not biased in any way. It can happen to people of all ages, and it can happen to men and women. And you don't even need to be a parent, like a mom. You don't have to have given childbirth to experience pelvic floor issues. A lot of times pelvic floor issues can actually be caused, say, from stress, like lifting weights. So there's a lot of very, very strong, healthy people that experience pelvic floor strength issues. So please let yourself be very free of judgment or feeling like you have failed or that your body has failed in every way. Fitness is the solution to most pelvic floor issues, and I'm going to help you get there. So start doing your exercises in the morning, do them at night, and please start keeping a log this week and timing, trying to outsmart that bladder and the reaction that your bladder has, and timing your trips to the bathroom so that you're getting into that restroom before you actually need to for this coming week. And I will see you next week, and I hope that you're all doing wonderful. Thanks, it was great to see you.